Hi, beautiful humans. Hi, beautiful offer artists. Come to the chat box and say hello. I'm so excited for today's call, and I really wanted to make today's call more of a hot seat call, more of a, hey, what's your question? What's going on? Where are there some blocks? Where can we have some breakthroughs? Mostly because I just wanted to see your beautiful faces and get on the ground floor with you and be like, okay, you're humans, I'm a human, let's connect. What's going on in your product suite? What are the things? Let's bust through it, because we're about halfway through Offer Art. And I just want everyone to feel really solid about where they are, because next week, this upcoming week, training's dropping through the next few days. We're going into curriculum design for one specific offer. So put a yes in the chat box if you know which one specific offer you're going to focus on within this round of Offer Art, to clean it up, make the welcome call, the curriculums, the trainings, the closing calls, everything all deliciously designed to give your customers an incredible experience. Okay, people are saying yes, yes, yes. Put no in the chat box if you're like, I don't know, I'm not quite there yet. That's what I want to definitely make sure everybody feels super solid with today. So quick review. I'm just going to show where we are in Offer Art within, the Facebook group and Kajabi and everything that's going on. So real quick, this is what you should have in your portal thus far. So we've gone over Offer Suite, your high MRR plan. For people who are really scaling, I want to make sure that your offers are being set up for that as you're building out. If you're at that stage in your business in terms of deliverables and boundaries and all of the things we talked about. And then where we are now is I want you to see, okay, you know where your focus is between micro offers versus macro offers. And hey, let's go deep on designing and focusing on and cleaning up one offer in your product suite. And that's what's going to be our focus within Offer Art as we go into curriculum design, and then just increasing sales of that particular offer is our final piece of our framework within Offer Art. Okay, cool. So the way that this call is going to work is I just want you to go down where it says reactions at the bottom of the Zoom screen and raise your virtual hand. Raise your virtual hand. I'm going to go in order of hands raised, and I don't need a ton of context. I want you to just go, boom, this is my question. And then I'll ask for context as I need it to help you arrive at your best solution and breakthrough. Cool. Okay. So first we've got Kayla, come on up. What is your question?
Hello, I'm laughing. I literally just saw Beverly's comment come up, something about an A plus plus student. First one to put the hand up. Anyways, my question is, it's more of the mindset. Like this is something that trips me up where, I'm launching the Edge Mastermind, but this applies to anything. And it's just like, okay, you're doing all the things. Like messaging's on point, like the refinements there, like posting, sharing emails, podcasts, all the things. And it's like, how do you deal with I guess I want to know your process. How do you deal with I'm doing all the fucking things? Like this is actually crazy, but like people maybe aren't as engaging as much or they're not responding. Cause I know like there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we don't see, but this is the thing that gets me. And then sometimes it just kind of sucks the air out of the room and then I lose momentum. And it might be like the image on Google where it's like the guy's mining and he's like 2 feet away from striking gold and then he's like, I'm done and walks away. Like I feel like that's what's happening. So I'm just like curious because I know I'm doing all the right things right now. And there's just things like maybe it's not happening as fast as it should. And that's just my attachment to a timeline. But yeah, I just want to hear your process because you've obviously scaled so much and it's like there's something there.
I love this question, and I get focused on what I can control, and I get detached from needing to receive an outcome for the results in a certain timeline. So a couple different things here. Number one, when I get in a season of being like stuck or things feel like icky or like, ooh, like why isn't this happening faster? I can tell that I'm getting attached to a timeline from a place of I want a result for me. Something like I want to make more money for me. I want this for me. I want to feel validated about how awesome I am for me. And that's a yucky energy for us as coaches. And when I can get back to let me serve the crap out of my people, let me serve the crap out of my people from a place of service and not make it about me, I feel better energetically. And I like to say too, my toddler needs are met, right? Like my toddler needs, like I'm eating well, I'm like sleeping, I'm like going outside, I'm like having connections with people in my life. Boom. And then from there, Kayla, I control the controllables. Like I control the controllables in terms of, yes, are you doing what you need to be doing? But are you like continuing to find the gaps? Like, are you continuing to find the gaps and continuing to like refine it and continue to blow it up with the actions that you are taking? So here's what I mean by this, you guys, and we're getting a little sidetracked from offer art, but I'm glad we're going there because it matters with your offers. It's like the difference between, yeah, I'm going to host a masterclass and like it's a free masterclass and you can buy it or not buy it, or it's a free masterclass, here it is, versus like I'm hosting the event of the season. I'm hosting the event of the season. Like this is going to change your life. When you're here, I want you to tag me, share with your audience how you're blowing it up. And I'm going to enter you for a giveaway when you tag me. And now the whole internet's talking about you. And then everyone's like, what is this masterclass? And more people buy and find you. And then the pitch is huge at the end because you're convicted in your offer. It's like taking the actions you're already doing, but turning up the dial so they land, continuing to fill the gap, be in it for service and take care of yourself. And then the results will come.
Amazing. Thank you. I just like needed that energy and that reminder. So thank you.
And like you're blowing it up bigger than before. I know your business, like it is taking off bigger than ever.
Yeah, I'm excited. And it's just the hunger, but patience. Yeah. Thank you.
It's the hunger. Take the things that you're already doing and make them a bigger deal. This is everyone. Make the post that you just dropped a bigger deal. Make the offer you're dropping a bigger deal. Make the live that you're doing a bigger deal. No, I'm not just going for an IG live. Like everybody come. This is a freaking party. Like that's how you start to blow it up. Cool. Okay, amazing. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go to, and let's try, you guys, just for the sake of this call, keep it related to offers, right? Like because we could go in a million different directions, but let's keep it related to what we've covered in offer art. Okay, Ashley, hi.
Hi.
How are
Okay,
you?
my question is, how can I determine if my audience needs warming up before launching a macro offer?
Are you feeling a sense of engagement? They're watching, they're in your DMs when you're dropping little micro programs, they're buying, that sort of thing.
Okay. I haven't really been launching a lot of micro programs. Really, the main thing I have is my lower ticket membership. People are definitely responding to call to actions in the comments and things of that nature, but since it's a lower ticket, I'm just kind of wondering, is that gonna, is that audience warmed up for like a higher mid-ticket offer?
I would seed to your membership people, first of all, like you guys, who wants to go deeper? Who wants more? Who wants to work on weight loss, their nutrition? Who's ready for all of this? Gauge that because they're going to be your warmest leads, Ashley. Get them excited. Something's coming. So you'll have that level of warmth. But what I would do for everyone here to like gauge audience warmth is put out things like, as your micro offers in the beginning, if you're still in that kind of beginning season where you're like, I'm giving free stuff and then I'm going to do like my mid-ticket group program, put out things like one-off sessions, like, you know, a one-off nutrition audit if you're in nutrition, or if you're in business, like a content audit, because these are ways where you'll gauge, like, are people buying this, right? Are people buying this? And it'll bring in cash and you'll be able to convert them on the back end because they'll have a whole different relationship with you after a nutrition audit in 1 week in Voxer where you're working on XYZ. Hey, want to join the group program? They're in. Cool.
Cool. And then also, I guess, what level of commitment do you recommend for a touch point offer? Like, do you think a free masterclass makes sense conversion wise for a mid-ticket offer, or should it be something paid?
Yeah. Okay. This is a great question. For free masterclasses, you guys, I generally think of them as like, I'm going wide. Like I'm going to bring the depths of the internet here. A lot of them are going to be cold leads. They may not convert right off the bat, but I'm playing long game. Like it's going to be great for business health because I'll have new relationships with these new people. They may convert right off the bat, but if not, they'll buy something later and convert over time. And it's like building the top of funnel. When I'm like, I want to do a launch vehicle where afterwards people buy the mid-ticket offer, I go low ticket. I go low ticket launch vehicle. Why? You're going to attract a warmer lead. They have some level of relationship with you, enough to put their credit card down. Once they put their credit card down once, they're going to more likely to put it down a second time. They're going to show up more engaged. They're going to show up to the calls, get a better transformation. And then you have multiple days with them. Go buck wild on your pitch. Buck wild, 30-minute pitch. Group program, expiring urgency like 48 to 72 hours after the launch vehicle.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, Chloe.
Hello. So
Hi.
excited. Just so much freaking clarity lately. So I shared already, I like knocked out my entire fucking 12-week program, well, 16-week program in like 48 hours on my trip home. So now with that has come a little bit of wobble, because now I'm realizing, like, going back through, I rewatched some of the offer art trainings while I was traveling, and just about like one person, one transformation. So essentially the clarity that I got was that instead of being like, here's how to get healthy to feel good in your body, it's here's how to move really well to feel good in your body. And here are the other ways that we can support that through nutrition and, you know, et cetera. So now with that, I guess I would love some feedback to see if, am I still running multiple businesses? Because now my clarity is the type of person that I want to call in is someone who is already moving, like is not a beginner, or they used to really be like into sports in high school and motherhood is the reason that they've fallen off, right?
Right.
So someone who's already got the energy of that. And my idea is that the journey is to take them all the way through pregnancy, through like well into the years postpartum. And I've actually taken some of my clients through this exact transformation, and I know who she is.
Cool.
But so I guess I want to, first of all, did that at the baseline sound like too wide? Like,
No.
because like I'm a pregnancy and postnatal specialist, but I just want to make sure that that sounds clear from your perspective, because I've been so deep in it that I'm like, is this the move?
Girl, it's so clear. Fit and
Okay.
healthy, all the stages of motherhood. Boom. Like
Okay.
it's so clear. Fit and healthy, right? And it's, you know, strong, fit, healthy. And I think when this goes for everyone, you guys, because I've been getting a lot of questions about this. If you're like, I get moms feeling like strongly and energized, like they want to look good, feel good, right? Let's not overcomplicate this. They want to feel healthy and they want to look good. That is like all of the pieces of the puzzle that go into that are one macro transformation, very clear macro transformation. So you can teach on fitness, you can teach on mindset, you can teach on nutrition if that's what you do. And that's not running separate businesses. Just like macro transformation, multi-six-figure business, grow a big business, make money online. I teach offers, content, launching, sales, mindset, leadership, energetics. And it's not a bunch of different businesses because they're all corralling into one macro transformation. The only place where people get off with this, if they're like, I'm going to solve your like gut health over here, but it's weight loss over here, but it's, you know, like go do this thing over here. And now it's like all of these different like transformations, and it's menopausal women over here and women in their 20s losing weight over here. That's like a lot of mixed non-specific messaging. But if it's all for moms getting like strong, fit, and healthy and in their transition of pregnancy, having the baby, postpartum, beyond, clear as day.
Okay, so my follow-up question to that is, so now the program that I'm doing is called Move for Motherhood, and essentially like the goal is to move well. And that also includes rehabbing your core and pelvic floor, strength training, all this other stuff. I guess just for clarity or like affirmation here, my idea was then that, and I'm still kind of working out the actual moving parts of this, is after that program, they would graduate into like a 6-month membership style. And I'm trying to work out the logistics of like, they get to choose what program that they follow in terms of workouts. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, so I guess then does it sound right based off of that new trajectory that for micro programs, I could do a one-off of literally just like abdominal separation or just nutrition for pregnant moms, and like doing like just have this big fat juicy library of like all of these programs. So like maybe like 2 a year micro programs where I'm like, this year it's all about pregnancy. Next year it's all about, body image, right? So like, I don't know if that makes sense, but just maybe some validation or feedback on that would be helpful.
Well, I think all of the little pillars of like nutrition for moms and body image for moms, like that all makes sense, and it can be for all the different seasons for those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to be like nutrition, but only while you're pregnant. Like, it's like nutrition
Yeah.
for moms.
Well, I just meant like the deepest of dives, like, because I mean, there are differences in like how you nourish yourself in pregnancy versus not, but as long as that's making sense of like how I can break that out into deeper dives for like my clients that are current, new people showing them how this will get them into my signature offer.
Yes.
Okay, if that makes sense. And then my last question then is kind of a piggyback off of, I think it was Ashley, where like just, I really had to redo my strategy because I was about to relaunch my signature program for the third time that I was like in love with. And I was like, wait, this isn't the goal. So I had to scrap that, which was a big, scary move, and then made this fast move. So now I would love some advice on what types of launch vehicles to sell into this. I'm trying right now no, I'm not going to word it that way. I am open to inviting one-to-one people in right now, and I'm waiting for those people to be like, fuck yes, give me the link. So my next move is like, I'm giving myself a deadline. If those spots don't fill, that's fine. But I know I need to do a launch vehicle. It's just more what that might look like in terms of like getting the best conversions for the launch of my new signature program.
What is the transformation of the signature program?
Is really just like to feel damn good in your body because you're not achy, your core is stronger. And this really is for people who already kind of like, they're either already working out, but the workouts aren't helping them with their specific aches and pains and whatnot, or they're like, they haven't been working out for a while and they're ready to like, they know that like their posture is a problem and they're like ready to pick up weights again. So that's really like the big thing. And we're supporting that with nutrition and pelvic floor healing and nervous system regulation and all that. So that's the transformation. And actually the idea for the launch vehicle, I wrote it down somewhere, but basically it's like pain, pelvic floor problems, and one other thing I had on there. It came to me in my workout this morning. Hold on, I have it. It makes sense. 2 seconds.
So with
just
the
kidding.
launch vehicle, you guys, launch vehicles, you want them to mirror the experience that you're upselling them into. You want them to mirror the experience that they're upselling them into. So for Chloe, for you, if you're going to be doing like this, like corrective exercise and, nutrition stuff, make the launch vehicle mirror that, where it would be like a multi-day, low ticket experience, get them on the hook. And as you're giving them sort of step one of these like 2 main pillars, right? Nutrition and fitness, and you're giving them the experience that they're going to get in the program. Like, you're going to start with where they're at and give them that first foundational step for both. You're also teaching it through the lens of, like, here's why the things that you're currently doing aren't working for you, and here's what you need to do to have it work for you. So you'll explain to them the common mistakes that they're making right now with their nutrition, why it's not working, show that your method is, give them step one of the how so they have a quick win, but now they're also bought into your method as the solution. And then at the end of the launch vehicle, you'll say like, here's what you learned, but here's what you haven't learned that you still need to master to go into X program.
Yeah, I think my idea, so it's posture, pain, and pelvic floor, because those are like the 3 things that we work on. So what I wanted to do was to kind of do like a kitchen sink framework, like, these are the components that you need. I came up with a beautiful framework. It's called STRONG. Like, the acronym is so solid and it all makes sense. And I want to walk them through this framework and give them some like tangible first steps at each, but then obviously like show like, girlfriend, big gaps here. You're not going to be able to like pull up WebMD and start rehabbing your core and pelvic floor. It's not happening.
Yeah.
So then the follow-up question to that is, one, kitchen sink kind of masterclass. Is that good? Two, do I feel like offering this for free, and at the same time I'm feeling like I want people to actually show up. Like, do not sign up for this if you're not actually wanting to heal your body, because I'm sick of the like, here I am, just kidding.
Yeah,
Drive me
charge a little bit for it, so they show up. And if it's giving like one piece of each of the framework, you just need to show after towards the end, okay, like you got the first step, but here's like everything that you still need to accomplish to get
Okay.
X result. Cool.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm excited for you. It's gonna be amazing. Hi, Gavin Vij.
Yo,
Hello.
Alex.
Hi.
So we are really like going back to the beginning and really trying to solidify our customer journey from when they enter our world and then what that journey looks like from coming into on our Instagram page to our membership and hopefully like leveling them up into like more of a mid-ticket type of membership.
I'm really speaking to one client.
Yeah. And so like, we have so many people that we're serving, so it's been hard for us to really like nail down who is this dream ideal client. But essentially it's like, we want to help the person who really wants to learn how to train and feel like an athlete, to build the muscle, have the strength, drop the unwanted body fat, and move with confidence.
Mhm.
And we're like, how do we just like distill that down into something that's not such a mouthful? And that's like that's literally where we're starting, is what's the concise macro transformation that we get our clients.
I think it's just what you said. That doesn't sound too long to me.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
that's
'cause
good.
sometimes we go down a rabbit hole where we're like, become the person you want to be, because like ultimately that's what everyone ends up doing. But it's like we need to just focus on fitness, nutrition.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's what you guys literally just said. Like, you want to be an athlete, get strong as hell, drop the unwanted body fat, and do it this way.
All right, perfect. So the offer that we're really focusing right now is our low ticket membership, and more so what the portal is going to look like for when people join there. So essentially what we need to do with our membership is really make it so it's hands off, and all of the questions that people have, they
Mhm.
go to our portal and they have their questions answered, so they don't have to come to us. So we
Mhm.
want it to be like everything that you need to be successful inside of our membership.
Mhm.
So essentially we're creating this course material and we're hoping, and we're going to like launch this for our athletes and put it on Instagram, and hopefully this like really gets our athletes activated and to buy into like what they need to do, but also activate them into wanting to do more, to like rise up a little higher and get higher level coaching. So what we're thinking about calling this micro offer is Go All In. And it's going to be, again, it's going to live on our portal forever. And for Instagram, we want this to be super cheap, so people will just jump in like 55 bucks. And then for our current members, like $22. Like something that's so low price that they're like no brainer, but
Mhm.
it got a little skin in the game.
But we want them to show up to the live calls because we will be having live calls.
Exactly. They just
Yeah.
like what Chloe was saying. So does that seem like that makes sense?
Yeah, I mean, you basically want to show them what's on the other side of going to that next step, right? Like, there are people out there who want to take this to the next level, but you have to show what does the next level look like and why is that going to change their life, right? Like, and we can riff on it right now. Like, what is going to change for them just doing the low ticket membership versus the higher ticket thing?
Number one with their nutrition is actually knowing what they need to do to have steady energy throughout the day, to build more muscle, to lose unwanted body fat,
Yeah,
Okay,
get the-
boom. Anything else?
move better, get out of pain, understand how to pull back and push harder with their programming, how to strategically approach it.
Okay, great. So you need to basically, in the launch vehicle, kind of like I was saying with Chloe, like help people understand, teach people why they're still having certain issues that they're having now that they don't want to have anymore. And on the other side of mastering this XYZ thing, you're going to get this level of result that you desire. And on the other side of mastering this level of XYZ thing, when it comes to fitness, you're going to have this level of desired result. It's kind of like if I were doing a launch vehicle and I was like, yeah, you're posting content. How's that going for you? Are you where you want to be in your business? Cool. When we work on these things in your content, this is the type of results that you're going to have. Come over to this program. And it's like, oh, okay, let's go. Right? Does that make sense?
For sure, 100%. And like, this feels like we've been consuming all this material you've been putting out, and it's been so helpful because, dude, literally, we have been breaking down everything that we thought we knew, and it feels like, which is exciting,
Yeah.
we're building from square one again. Like literally, when we first started working with you 2-3 years ago, it feels like we're back there, but now we have so much more experience, and we have we have something. So it's really exciting to like actually build an offer suite that feels really awesome, and that's going to help our people level up.
It's totally going to help your people level up. And I love that. And like for all of you guys, it's like, you're not like convincing people to take that next step with you. It's not like I have to like tooth and nail it. People want to go there with you. And you're just showing them in your micro programs, like, cool, this got you awesome wins. Like, boom, this is what you need to go to that level. Do you want that? Here's the invitation. And they're like, I see that. Let's go. Next step. And you give it to them.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that was it for us. Thank you so much.
Amazing. This is so good. Okay, Rachel.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Alex. So before Offer Art, I had strictly one-on-one as well as a group program that I definitely recognized I was treating as more one-on-one. So I've been working on setting better boundaries there and also wanting to scale that more and then add on more of a mastermind next level that is an in-between of this group and my one-on-one support and dive deeper into, so I focus on bloat and IBS in particular, and dive deeper into the layers of that and provide much more personalized guidance in this higher level mastermind. So I would love your input for transitioning into this, whether I focus on it more behind the scenes to start and marketing it to people who are already in my group to start before doing it publicly, and then also feedback for how to best apply this transition and the legalities or logistics of what this would look like too in terms of taking this next step as well, if that makes sense.
It totally does. And I'm so excited for you. So when we're changing things with our current clients, right? Our current clients, first of all, of course, we have to follow through on the deliverables that we originally promised when they paid, right? So if there was a level of like access or Q&A or whatever that was that they paid for, we have to finish out that promise with the people who are there. However, you can just let them know, hey, on this date, once everyone in here like finishes out their contracts for this, we're changing some things in here. We're going to change some things where we're actually going to have levels so that I can serve as many people as possible. And then if you want to go deeper, there's going to be the opportunity to do that. So levels of proximity, you let them know how it's going to go. And whenever you're announcing things to your audience, I like to give it from the perspective of like, here's where I'm taking the business so that I can help more people. And here's how it's going to serve you. Here's how it's actually going to be better for you. So you just announce it neutral, no emotionality around it. Here's where it's going to change. Here's what's to expect. If you want the details for this, let me know. If you want to re-sign here, amazing. Boom. Here's how it's going to go. And then it doesn't need to even be this like massive announcement or anything on social media. It's just like when they sign up and they're like, how does it work? You're like, you can do this, or if you want more proximity, there's this option. Boom, here's the details. And it's just the way that the offer works now.
Okay, I love that.
Cool.
And even I'm recognizing more mindset related. I'm recognizing that I have a block of, will people actually want to invest in this higher level mastermind compared with staying in the group that is a lower investment, yet less support too, and overcoming that mindset shift.
I think it's just reminding yourself, guys, that when we're selling or putting a price point on something, it's not a get for us. It's genuinely a service that you're offering someone that people desire because it's a vehicle that takes them where they are desiring to go in their life. And it's like, and here's the price of it, because obviously there's an energetic exchange here, right? So here's the price of it. Do you want it? Do you not? And there are people out there that want to go deep in the transformation that you're giving, or want that level of proximity, want that level of accountability, want that level of support. Not everyone will, fine, but there are people who do, and you just speak to them and they'll buy it. And it's a service.
Okay. I love that. That just simplifies that altogether. Thank you.
Amazing. You feel good?
Yes, thank you so
Okay.
much.
I'm excited for you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Karen.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So I'm working on this customer journey, and I love what you told me in the question and answer. I listened to it yesterday about how I'm kind of like competing with my own offers with like all the mentorship. So how my customer journey is now, I have my Strength Collective membership, which I'm focusing on for this program, because I just need to figure what I want to do for the future. And then I have my Metamorphosis mentorship, which is a 6-month mentorship, which kind of encompasses all like the holistic tools that I use, not just strength. And then my one-on-one is my highest proximity. I'm limiting that, very, very limited. And then I also have this thing called Gain Momentum, which I think could be a really good segue into both the Strength Collective and Metamorphosis. It's a 6-week strength and nutrition program, kind of DIY actual program. So they kind of like nail down the basics of movement. And then I give them like general nutrition and mindset work. And what I was doing in the last run, which no one bought the mentorship because I had the Lift Like a Lady as like the upsell, and they probably were like, what, I'm so confused. You're making me either go to Strength Collective or Lift Like a Lady. So I think I'm just going to, because I'm not ready to sell Metamorphosis until September, is like with the 6-week strength program, kind of just put them into the Strength Collective for now. Because I had really good feedback in the first round of Gain Momentum. I had like 8 people doing it. This round I have more people interested in it. And now I just feel like I don't want to like compete with my stuff. I feel like I'm all over the place, but like how do I feel like I'm just trying to like nail down the deliverables for the Strength Collective, and I'm like getting in my own way of how to see it, because I've been doing it for so long, for 4 years, with just class style stuff.
Yeah.
That like I'm trying to add in challenges and things, but I'm not really getting the engagement that I want. And it seems like Gain Momentum is gaining momentum, like people actually joining that program more. So I'm like, what do I,
Okay.
what's going on
I
here?
got you, girl. I got
Yeah.
you. So Gain Momentum, the Strength Collective, the low ticket membership.
Yeah.
Are you giving them pillars of like nutrition and fitness as well? It's just fitness.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is what I would suggest. I would actually suggest that the way that you give this low ticket membership like life and momentum and have people constantly want to join is you give it like monthly focuses, monthly themes, monthly challenges, etc. Give it a focus that brings the membership alive month to month. So it's not just like classes forever, right?
Yeah.
Which kind of feels a little bit like it's hard to always give it energy, right? So it's like there's a focus, there's a theme, there's a topic, there's a this, and you can flesh that out within offer art. But what you'll be able to do is then forward facing, it's actually going to increase sales for the membership, because forward facing, you're going to go, for the month of June, we're doing the Summer Fit Challenge where we're doing XYZ. And I would change it up, right? Where like the programs maybe have, like a focus where you're getting a certain amount of reps of something, or you're doing a certain move that has a complexity to it, or there's like tangible goals where they feel like progress within the challenge and they feel like, yeah, we did it, or it's like a consistency challenge. And I would, if you're open to it, allow it to have themes outside of just fitness. Like I would allow it to, if you desire it to also be like the hydration or the steps or the, you know, we're talking about food in here in this way, but people aren't getting everything that they need to like lose the weight, get strong, bada, bada, bada. That's what they get in Metamorphosis. But by advertising those challenges forward facing every month, it's going to keep it alive, keep it fresh, keep people buying, and then people will just upsell from the membership into Metamorphosis.
Yeah. So thank you. I've been trying to do that. Like I have like a Bloom in June challenge that I'm doing right now. And then I had some like another challenge, but like what I'm noticing is that no one's coming live to these classes, which is why I said it's like not really exciting for me to do them. So it's like I'm trying to figure out like what can I do so that people are engaged. Like the people that are in the program are like, I love it. I like to do it on my own.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's really not that exciting to like get people engaged that might want to do classes.
Yeah.
So it's like trying to figure out like, number one, like I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel with this membership, but like, how do I make it exciting that people are like, come in, like this is gold? Because another thing is it's like the times that I have don't work for everyone that's in the membership. I have people on the West Coast, people on the East Coast. So it's like if the people on the West Coast are sleeping at 5 a.m., then the people on the East Coast, it's like hard.
Have you
figure
considered doing the fitness piece more of like online programming with like, as opposed to like classes?
So I tried that, and like some of the people were like, oh my God, what are we doing? So I think I have to kind of do that with it. The Gain Momentum 6-week thing that I did, I tested it out where I had a program with hyperlinks of the thing, but I gave them like a 10-minute, like, here's a breakdown of what each exercise is. So they still get that video component along with the hyperlinks so that they're getting more of the like, the cueing and things from me.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of want to go that route, but I'm nervous that the people that are in this membership, and this is a mindset thing, I'm assuming for myself, right? I'm getting in my own way of like, how do I make them happy and stay? Or just like, yeah, like what is the wording I say?
No, I get what you guys are saying. And actually, Karen, this is a bigger conversation about offers. And I'm actually really glad you guys bring this up because there are going to be times over and over and over and over and over again in your business where you have to do what the business needs for where you want to take the business. So I can imagine that if you see this membership one day, like, you know, having a gajillion people in it and you're showing up for it all the time, month to month, I imagine you don't want to be doing like live classes all the time, right? New, fresh live classes all the time. I imagine that's going to feel draining. And if you already know that, it's like build for the business that you want, not for the business that you have. Build for the business you're growing into. And that may mean certain clients fall off, right? We can't make decisions based off of what like we think people will or won't want, and that keeps us here. I call these like energetic strings. It's like they're energetic strings that are like feeling anchored. You have to let yourself fly. And some people come with you and they're like, cool, she's evolving, I'm going to go with her. And some people are like, this isn't where I want to go, I'm going to go hire someone else, but it's fine. And eventually, I always say, like, courage equals wealth. You hold the standard for where you're going, you hold the courage, and like it will start to build because you're aligned with where you're taking the business. Does that feel like hell yes when I say it, or like F you?
No, it's like a ooh, like a okay, I want to do, like I know where I need to go. I'm tripping myself up. And I was just thinking like what I can do is like do what I was just saying, like these pre-recorded like cueing things, smaller videos, but maybe like 2 times a month I'm doing live classes to get a community.
Yeah, you
feel.
can make them like special events, right?
Yeah.
Very like special, like I see your face kind of moments. But I think, and this might take a little bit of like a refresh for you to build out, like, what platform do you see yourself using long term? And like, you know, do you want to build out tutorials, and do you want to do the voiceovers for the cueing of all of these different movements? And I know Gab and Beej are on here, and I know we've got a couple other fitness people. There is probably a big build out phase for that, and it's going to accumulate over time. But I think long game, you're going to be so happy that you took it in that direction. So I would ask yourself, if you knew it could work, like you knew that it could work for the membership, how do you want to deliver it? And you knew people would crush it in terms of like, you're going to do what you need to do to show them how to show up and be accountable and be consistent. And how does the membership feel? Ask yourself those questions and then go make those the deliverables. And there's going to be a training, by the way, obviously, in Offer Art about like picking your deliverables and stuff. So we'll go deeper on that.
I love this. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. Amazing.
I got work to do.
Exciting stuff. And then with the DIY stuff, I think it's fine for you to have like little tiny like micro DIY things for people to like do, like you're saying with the momentum. But I would personally like, those are side things. And then, hey, the upsell is always Metamorphosis. But I would like, if you're going to have this membership, keep it in your product suite and you're committed to it. And you see the long-term vision of your business having this low ticket home base for people, I would like revamp it, have that be something that people are constantly funneling into, and give it a lot of love if you have the long-term vision for that. And just know that that's going to grow and it's going to be a big upsell place for Metamorphosis as well.
I love that. And also with Gain Momentum, I can kind of do what you do with Trailblazing Content and Offer Art. Like this can live as its own entity and be an upsell already for Metamorphosis. So I'm excited for that once it's all done.
And you can do little things where you're like, bundle this together in the membership for a limited time and get the first month of your membership free. And then they're in the membership. Like there's ways to play with all of that, which we're also going to talk about in Offer Art.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yay. Okay. Hi, Alex Joy. She here?
I'm coming. Okay. Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes.
Okay, beauty. So I sort of asked this question. By the way, I'm obsessed with Offer Art. It's
Yay.
just so fucking good. I sort of asked this question in Trailblazers, but I wanted just a little more clarity.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my brain space in terms of my offers is a little bit all over the place.
Sure.
I feel like I have this body magic thing that I'm starting today, which I'm super, super excited about. And that can be like, that's under the umbrella, right? So it's like intuitive eating, body image, intuitive movement. That's the whole thing. So this is one of these programs, one of these like micro programs, deep dive. And in terms of like, you had said like, don't get too many steps ahead of yourself in terms of like, what next. But it's hard for me to not do that when I'm thinking about overall, MMR or MRR over the course, monthly recurring revenue. Okay.
Yeah.
Over the course of time, like over the course of the next couple of months, because I've been bringing in so little currently in the business. So my question is, what would you do in terms of like, how much would you zoom out if you were trying to get your MRR up at this stage?
I personally, if I were you, I would be like, I personally would be like, how MMR is going to come into the business by like bringing cash into the business, like let me go do how it feels good to like bring in cash into the business. And I know you're zooming out to like have the game plan, but like I was saying to you in our broadcast in Trailblazers today, if it's like low hanging fruit for you to be like one-on-one client, there doesn't need to be this massive launch. There doesn't need to be this big pressure of like a start date or anything like that. It's like highest ticket. You don't have to create anything for it. Boom, sign on 5 one-on-one clients, make 5K this month and for the next 3 months or however long their contracts are. It's like first focus done, right? Like first focus done. Okay, make that your first focus. What can I do to sign on one-on-one clients? Do I offer little audits? Do I offer one-off Voxer days to like get people in, try me on, upsell them, build the relationship? Cool, go do those things. And then from there, that's when I would be like, next steps. I've got money in the business. My nervous system is calm. Now let's go like zoom out. Do I want to build this like mid-ticket group program? Cool. Like that's going to be the bread and butter of your business, mid-ticket, like multi-month program. Okay, how do I want to go fill that? I'm going to do a little launch vehicle for it. I'm going to do some free master classes. I'm going to do a multi-day challenge, and then I'm going to upsell them into that. Okay, boom, MR is there. Now what? You know what I mean? It's like, it does stack when you just kind of focus on one thing at a time of like, let me bring money into the business.
Okay, cool. I think it's because I've never focused on one-on-one, and that's the sort of roadblock. And I'm sure some other people on this call can like agree, have been there where you're like, I started with a group program. So for me, the only one-on-ones that I've ever make sure my son is okay back there. The only one-on-ones that I've had have kind of been people reaching out to me, and they've been fewer and far between. So like to me, and they're higher ticket. So to me, it's like I feel more scared in a weird way to sell one-on-one than to sell a group, because a group I at least know, versus one-on-one. I mean, I guess there's nothing to lose, right? Like I could do it, I could like sell it, I could do these micro touch point offers into the one-on-one, and like if people buy, great, and I'll like really commit and drive it home. And if they don't, then okay, the next step would be going to one of my signature programs or doing a launch like that. Is that kind of how you would go about it?
Totally.
Yeah, because to me, like when you're like, oh, easy breezy, like 5K into the business, like $1,000 a month for like 6 months, I'm like, girl, that sounds really intense. I don't know who's gonna like. I'm like that does not sound easy breezy to me, So that's sort of my.
I think like you said like, oh, these one-on-one clients have like randomly fallen from the sky because you've like never sold it, right? Like you've never actively been like, I'm selling spots for this and I want to fill it. And I think if you do, you'll fill it. And again, Alex, hi River. Again, like I don't want it to be the story of like, I didn't want to sell one-on-one coaching and Alex said I had to sell one-on-one, because it's like, if you want to sell your group program, fucking go for it, right? Let's build out a launch for it. Let's go for it. The only reason I was saying that is because I've heard feedback from you where you felt like, I don't want the pressure of like a start date right now or having things to build out right now. Like, I really just want to find the easiest way to bring like cash quickly into the business for where I'm at and the season, and then focus on all that. And that's why I said, okay, let's do this thing over here.
Okay, cool. So I think I'm going to just put some gas on it for the first time because I haven't really done that.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder to still have touch point offers for one-on-one coaching, because I think I've sold it like, and by the way, I have one-on-one spots, like I haven't actually done things to prep people for that.
Yeah.
So I think that's important. And then the thing is, my signature program lives and exists, like EFFA is fully built out. So it doesn't take that much energy for me to run it. It's literally a call a week and it's like donezo, but it takes energy for me to launch it.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll launch one-on-one and then I'll launch EFFA. And then I'll go back to your recording about what to do with the Body Magic people off the back end, because I want to make sure that I give them a customer journey. I don't just like be like, thank you so much for your time. After I'm like,
Totally.
Okay.
And giving the, like if you are wanting to do a build out for EFFA, which like, hell yeah, I absolutely see that for you. Like, let's have a massive program group launch of this EFFA signature program. Just know now, okay, what's your focus? Warm up that audience, right? Like warm up that audience. You're giving value, you're nurturing, you're selling these one-offs to build relationships. You're doing the low ticket boot camps and challenges, you're building the relationships. And then it's like, if you're feeling that audience is warm and you're like, they're ready for a group program, let's hit it. And it's all built out, then it's like, let's go launch it. And you're going to feel good about it. But I just don't think it's fun to feel like, I don't feel like the audience is warm yet. I'm not getting that sense that they're watching. Let me go launch this thing. And it just feels like we didn't do our due diligence. And then it just feels like heavy and icky. And it's like, skip it.
Yeah.
Let's prepare it a little bit more,
Okay, cool. And I do have like the proof of concept right now for one-on-one. So it's like, I might as well ride that high. And I even have a one-on-one client that was like, we only worked with each other for 3 months, but I had such an amazing transformation and I'd love to get on an IG live with you and like talk about my experience. So it's like, I have that stuff there. So I might as well like ride that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Alicia.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to be like super chaotic with my thoughts. Okay, so here's where I'm at. Like, I'm gonna say what my customer journey is so far. So I've been running the nutrition audits. I really haven't worked super hard on finding my like
messaging for that. It's kind of just been whatever comes to mind. And I've only done 3 of them so far, but I've really enjoyed them. So I created that to be an intro into one-to-one coaching, which I have a few people coming into the end of there soon. So we'll see. Hopefully, I think one girl for sure will upgrade to one-to-one, which is awesome. But then outside of that, I've wanted to start the group coaching program because all I've really done is one-to-one and I've enjoyed it. I feel like I always have good client transformations with it. But I guess where I'm at is I understand, like I have a masterclass in mind that I want to, kind of be like the intro point into talking about the group program, but I'm having hesitations about like, am I ready? I know I'm ready and can do the group program, but I'm like mentally kind of like Alex, I'm like, am I in a spot where I want to do that right now mentally, because I don't want my energy to be leaky when I'm doing it. But also I'm having a hard time determining if my audience is warm enough. Like, is it hot enough for me to do this group program?
You've been having like new clients buy from you like every single week, right? Like,
Not every week. This month has definitely been slower, but like last month was 3 new one-to-ones. The month before was 3 new one-to-ones. So like they kind of come in chunks.
you could like put out a feeler with like masterclass and just kind of gauge where your audience is at and see how that's going. Like if you put out a free masterclass and get a lot of signups, it's like, hey, okay, people are watching here. There's a pool of people here. And then I think from there you can kind of gauge and go, all right, let's go for it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think the masterclass feels good for me right now. And I like honestly just want it to be a free masterclass. I just want it to be like engagement for fun.
Yeah.
And also I think something I'm kind of caught up on as well is the price point for my one-to-one. I like ask myself, I'm like, do I want to increase it? Is it good where it's at? Like I almost get caught up in like the industry standard for like fitness and nutrition, right? Oh, well, everybody else is charging this much. So that's kind of, if I charge more, people aren't going to buy. But like, I've been doing this for a long time. I know what I'm doing. So I know I can charge
whatever
more.
you want. I know people that charge, I'm not kidding, $4,000 a month for like weight loss coaching, and people pay it.
Okay. And I send like literally voice memo wise, like probably like to some people, like 45 minutes worth of voice memos and like a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I think I just need to charge what I want to charge, because where I'm at for one-to-one is where I want to be at for group coaching. So I feel like I kind of have to do that now.
Yeah. Let's start raising it to level it out. Yeah. Yeah. You feel the pull, you got to go for it. Otherwise you'll start to feel resentful.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it.
Well, I'm excited for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Launch a freebie, gauge where everyone's at. And then like, by the way, guys, when I say like, oh, like you have to feel like you have a warm audience to launch a group program, I just mean like if you're launching a free masterclass and it feels like there's barely anyone opting in, I'm like, okay, we have a little bit of like room to like warm people up here. But if it doesn't need to be like 100 people signed up, it's like there are a level of people watching. Cool.
Thank you.
Amazing. Katie.
This is my first one of these calls, so excited to be here. My main question is that I'm working on my signature group program. I've been doing one-to-one coaching to help people get new aligned jobs and kind of figure out what career direction they want. And my group program is not the exact same thing. It's almost like extrapolating out the outcome. So the part of the process that I really love is helping people figure out who they are and who they want to become and what direction they want to take their career. So it's very hard to then say, here's the end result. It's more about who they become, and they become an action taker on their big vision, their big goal. So one thing that I just want to get your take on clarifying is, this is what I've been saying the transformation is for my group program, which is get clarity on your purpose, reprogram your mindset and beliefs to get out of your own way and take massive action to build the career and life of your dreams. But that feels really vague, but I don't want to say get a new job or start the business, because it could be either.
So it's ultimately they're getting clarity, and then like, are they going to be in something like a career or like starting the business, like you said, by the end?
Yeah. So what I cover is really helping them get super clear on who they are, where they're going from a long-term perspective, setting a really clear, like 90-day goal of this is what I'm going to work toward to make that vision a real thing. And then work on both the energetics and the mindset behind how do you actually like take action and believe that that's possible for you, and setting the clear like action planning. How do you track your progress and maintain momentum? And then there's a piece in there too, not exactly in this order, but around storytelling. What are the stories that you're telling yourself that are holding you back? And what new empowering story do you need to adopt in order to become the person who is your future self and taking action in that way?
Amazing. And then when they start taking that action and they overcome these beliefs, what are they gonna like have on the other side of that?
Yeah. So for some people, they're going to be like, I need to get the fuck out of this job. I'm going to go and get a new job. Other people are going to be like, I've always wanted to start this business. I'm going to start building my audience. And maybe other people are going to be like, I need to start a podcast or start speaking opportunities or do something else. Most of the time it's going to be business, like side hustle or a new job.
So it is like your clarity and roadmap to pivoting into like the career of your dreams, essentially, like the dream career. So I think you do need to like end on that, right? Because people don't buy programs just to be an action taker. They or overcome.
Right.
They do it to get to X result. So if X result is like by the end of this program, you are going to know like where your purpose lies and what you want your career to actually look and feel like, and you're going to know how to start executing on it, and you're going to be executing on it and go into those first steps of XYZ. That's what the vision to cast.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's what I've been struggling with. Is like it's going to be people who are deciding either thing, and I've worked with clients who are both. Yeah. And then the other thing is like on the back end of that, they're going to be action taking and they're still going to run into blocks. So my goal is to then sell like a longer coaching container program on the back end after like 3 months.
Yeah. So it is like your path to your dream career, essentially. Right. And then dream career, when you're going through the specifics of that, you can paint out that, hey, it could look like this or it could look like that, and get specific about what it will be.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Amazing. Remy, I'm so happy to see you.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Question.
Yeah.
Okay, two questions. One's a bit more on mindset. So for Rise, I've still got like some modules to record that haven't come out yet. But every time I go to write the notes and design the slides, I just procrastinate like anything. And it's just, I'm getting so annoyed at myself because I've got so many to do, and I've also got more to do for my other membership. And it just seems like the longest task, and any help on like...
Yeah, where do you think the resistance is coming from?
I think I'm too much of a perfectionist, and I want them to be so good that I don't have to then like refilm them all and do it all again. So I think it's that block is kind of making sure there's like enough information, but not too much.
Yeah, I think that the important thing is to remember when we're making trainings, and this goes for everyone, is it doesn't need to be perfect. It's literally you relaying the information and the actions and the skill sets that helped you. And you're just like passing it on, just the way that when we do a live coaching call and you're helping a one-on-one client, it doesn't need to be perfect. It's just you like relaying the information and helping them have their next breakthrough, and like you're recording that, and it will be the way that it comes out, because you're going to prepare it and do it, is gonna last a long time. It's gonna last without you needing to refilm it every few months. It will last as long as you decide, yeah, I still believe in what I was saying in that video.
Yeah, I needed that. I feel like that was just like the thing that I needed to hear. And I also like love how within OfferUp you've like switched it with like a Google Doc, so it's not always slides, because it just seems to be taking so long. And so okay, I like that. And then the other thing was, I want to go back into like a bigger launch with Rise, or just do it again, but I'm thinking of like maybe offering a micro offer that I've got coming out. Do you think it's best to like start with that? Because I think the problem last time is that not many people were warm enough to commit to 6 months, and then that's where the gap was. Or whether you think there's something else that you think would be better.
Yeah, I think when I can feel that, like, I'm like, I really want to warm people up for like a big push of like a 6-month program. I personally am of the mind where it's like, give yourself a nice long runway where it's bringing cash into the business, but you're also building relationships the whole time. And both are happening. So for you, I'm like, hell yeah, like you could do a micro program before that. You could do like a low ticket, more like, challenge, but you could also be doing more like I've been kind of saying to everybody here, like I'm going to do content audits or a one-off content strategy session or a launch view, a launch outline review. It's like bringing cash into the business, but you're also just through all of these different touch points, a free masterclass here, you're building these relationships, selling on the back end of all of them. You could be selling Rise on the back end of all of them. And kind of as time goes, I don't, is it evergreen?
Yeah.
And it's evergreen. So on the back end, you're just selling and filling these constantly. And like, I think it's a beautiful way to make sales for Rise without it always having to be someone finds you on Instagram, buys a 6-month program right away. It's like, it's just constantly letting people trying you on an upsell. How are you excited to do little things like that? Or do you have resistance?
Yeah. I think I love that, and I think that's where my energy sits well, is micro things, and I've never really done them. And then half of me was like, do I swap it from 6 months to 3 months? But I just feel like it's hard to get people results in 3 months because it's such a big program. So I think that's just coming from like a fear rather than a what's best for people once they're in.
Yeah, stick to 6 months if your gut is 6 months. And if you are excited to do touch points, like you guys don't have to do touch points in your business, but I have just found from my own personal experience, it's been game changing for my business. Like every time, free masterclass, $27 1-week boot camp, a 333 micro program. It's like, those are the things where people get it. They get your magic after being on Zoom with you for X amount of time or whatever it is. A one-off strategy session here, are you giving them a Loom audit of their sales page for $99? It's like, oh, she's a genius, right? Whatever your genius is. And then they just, how can I go deeper with you? Oh, here's how.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the gap because I've never really done that, and I'm not sure why I haven't done that, but I'm gonna do that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm so excited for you and everybody here. And that's the beauty of these, like that. I mean, that's what we've really been talking about this whole time, is like the beauties of the product suite. It's like, and what's cool about these little touch points is that they just become these long-term digital assets that work as touch points forever. So are they work up front? Yeah. Does it take a lot of energy to run a 3-part boot camp for the first time ever? Yeah, whatever. You're making PowerPoint presentations, but then it becomes this thing in your highlight covers that people just buy. You didn't even know they buy it. You get a little notification, then they're like, I just binged this. How do I join Rise? And you're like, I will tell you. Here's the link. And it's all kind of happening long game in the background. So I'm excited for you, Remy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions who's here live? Okay. So one thing I want to make sure everybody, just give me a yes in the chat box if you're here on the call. Everyone, yes, you know what program you're focusing on for curriculum design within OfferArt, because that's where we're moving into, where I'm going to talk about cleaning up deliverables, cleaning up the framework, the different training structures. Okay, amazing. And if you don't, like, let me know, because I want it to be there. And then really quickly, I'm going to answer the questions that if anyone dropped a question in the Facebook group who couldn't be here, and I think it was literally just one person, but I'm going to answer Angela's question really quick. So Angela asked, I am refining my offer suite. I feel like my people are used to having discounts. So we talked about having my pull-up program for 6 weeks, $297, but I'm wondering if I should make it $397 so that when I do host workshops, I can still use a discount code and give them $100 off. Just a thought that crossed my mind. I mean, yeah, sure. The difference between $297 and $397 is not much. If you discount it a lot, charge $397 and people will pay $297 a lot. I think that's great. Another thing that you guys can do with micro programs, and Angela, I'm speaking to you and everybody, that I really like to do is just give people full credits for the upsell. Not even like a discount for the thing, but it's like, okay, you pre-sell something like offer art, trailblazing content, there's urgency when you increase the price, but then whatever people paid, they can credit it towards when they buy the higher ticket program, like, oh, credit whatever you paid for offer art to the trailblazers. And I think that's really nice, especially when your micro programs are included inside your higher ticket offer. Like if it's like, oh, when you're in the mastermind, you get access to all of the things, then it's like a great way where they try you on and then it's a part of their experience when they upsell. So that's also an option, Angela. Okie dokie. Chloe, I see your hand is raised. Why don't you drop it in the Trailblazers Q&A broadcast, okay? Just because I want to keep everyone to an hour on this one. Okay, everybody, I adore you. More trainings are going to be dropping this week. Keep an eye out. And everybody saw the schedule change for Offer Art. Yes, we're going to add another week just because I wanted you guys to have some time to integrate. So things are going to be dropping. We'll have another Q&A call next week, all about curriculum design. The things that are coming are quite robust and in a really exciting way. I'm going to have you really revisit your offers. So get ready to dive in and just have an open mind. And I'm so excited about the clarity everyone's gotten so far and what's coming moving forward. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Have an amazing day and we'll speak soon. Bye.